Arrest their momentum. Yes. Revelio. Assignment's all finished. Incendio. Confringo. Repulsor. Revelio.
Off on another adventure, are we? Wonderful to see you again.
I've completed my assignments, Professor.
Pleased to hear it. Professor Weasley will be too. I'll be sure to let her know how well you're coming along.
Thank you, Professor.
Professor Hecat tells me she taught you Levioso, so you should be ready for a more advanced levitation charm. Wingardium Leviosa requires a bit of concentration and a nice, graceful wand movement. Let's see you try your hand at it. When executed correctly, you should be able to pick up boulders as though they were sprigs of sneezewort. Well done! Feel free to practice Wingardium Leviosa here in the greenhouse. I've set some crates out for you in the next room.
Wingardium Leviosa!
You're a natural.
Professor Garlick, a moment of your time?
The plants are resting, so now's as good a time as any.
I was wondering, what made you want to teach herbology?
How lovely of you to ask. I've always had an affinity for greenery, so this situation is a bit of a dream come true. After graduation, I was thrilled to be asked to step in for my old herbology professor. He'd had a slight accident, you see.
Oh dear. A shame for him, but it worked out well for you.
Well, he never cared, really cared for the plants, and they could sense it. Oh, you'd be surprised how perceptive a plant can be. At any rate, the trouble began one day when he cut into a wigan tree. Unfortunately for him, its leaves were hiding a bowtruckle. You may recall the marvellous creatures that resemble a twig. The little beast gouged the professor's eyes quite fiercely, but terrifying, I'd imagine. Likely for the professor, too.
And that's when you took over as the herbology professor?
Well, not quite. After 3 weeks at St. Mungo's, my predecessor regained a tiny bit of his eyesight. He insisted on returning to the greenhouse. Within a week, he claims by accident, kicked a Chinese chomping cabbage, so it was back to St. Mungo's for him.
What a string of bad luck.
Well, I felt awful for him, but I dare say I felt a bit more sympathy for the cabbage. Upon his discharge from the hospital, his indifference to plants had turned to utter disdain. He lost what little patience he had left with a particularly temperamental venomous tentacula and, well, his resulting leave of absence continues to this day.
I'm glad everything worked out as it did and that you're the herbology professor now.
Very kind of you to say. I do love these gardens and helping my students grow. Lovely speaking with you. Have a wonderful day. Oh, and remember, be kind to your wigan trees.
Revelio.
What are you up to now?
Have you finished your assignments?
I finished the tasks, Professor.
Well, well. I trust you are meticulous in your efforts. After all, shortcuts only ever lead to shortcomings.
Yes, sir, of course.
Good. Ordinarily, I'd say it's not my concern either way, but you... I want to make sure you're well prepared. Talent and resolve are a potent combination. It would be a shame to let that go to waste.
Thank you, Professor.
Don't let it go to your head. Now, let's see how you fare with Diffindo. Wand at the ready. Focus. Diffindo can be dangerous if you're not paying attention. Very good. It seems you have a grasp on Diffindo. For your sake, and that of everyone else.
Revelio.
It's a pleasure to have a student who actually heeds instruction.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
Ironically, I didn't see ahead of time how bored I'd be in divination class.
So knowledgeable.
Adelaide Oakes, isn't it? I received your owl.
Yes, I'm Adelaide Oakes. Oh dear. You see, my uncle Rowland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right. Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Rowland.
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot, insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me. Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Rowland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking care of him.
I take it you and your uncle are close.
We are. My mother died when I was born, and I lost my father when I was 5. Uncle Rowland's looked after me for as long as I can remember. He knows I get anxious when he travels, and that's why he sends me all the owls, to let me know that he's all right.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping, notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He'd planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide.
I'll be unrivaled at the next course.
What do we have here? A demiguise.
I hope those assignments were challenging enough for you.
I've completed all of my tasks, Professor Onai.
Very well done. Although I must admit, I did have something of a premonition that you would follow through. Now, as you have no doubt sharpened your perception by completing my assignment, I am curious, based upon the knowledge that one's present and even one's past may reveal traces of what is to come. What do you see in your own future?
There will be hardship, I'm sure of it. But I see triumph in the end.
A measured perception. Very wise. Nothing worthwhile is ever easy, and that is why such futures are worth striving for. But this talk of tomorrow should not divert us from your present success. I shall inform our good deputy headmistress of your exemplary performance. And if that performance is any omen of what your future may hold, then I, for one, see great things.
I hope Adelaide's Uncle Rowland is all right. She seems very worried. Adelaide mentioned her uncle's camp may be near Brockborough, past the river.
You have it! Now, why not practice the new spell on the training dummy? Excellent. I think you have it.
Arresto momentum. Descendo.
Stop preparing and put your newly honed skills to the test outside of the classroom.
Revelio.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Revelio. Revelio. Defendo. Wingardium Leviosa.
Could this be Mr. Oakes' campsite? Ranrock's loyalists, just ahead. Should I...
We here? Another human?
Depulso! Leviosa! Defender! Confringo! Depulso!
Much too slow. Not right.
Who do you think you are?
Ouch!
Now to find out what happened here. Mr. Oakes' trade journal. Adelaide said that her uncle kept notes of his trades, maps. Perhaps these landmarks will lead me to him.
Revelio. Cabalso.
How would you like to learn the knockback jinx flipendo? Once you've completed the necessary tasks, come and find me in the greenhouse.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Someone's going to regret trespassing. One in Merlin. I heard something. It seems we may. This is almost too. Is this your I know all about it. I shall get that goblin health back. This isn't a fair fight. You're a solid sense. Think you're clever, can't think it.
One less poacher in the wizarding world.
Confringo. Revelio.
A rock formation. That's the first landmark on this map. Now to find the crooked tree. crooked tree, just as the map said. The crumbling tower shouldn't be far from here.
You're the little son that saved...
I was right.
I'll get that goblin help back. Hopefully by rummaging your corpse. You try casting Petrificus Totalis on me, and I'll...
Someone. Repulsor. Levioso. Confringo. Revelio. Hello? Confringo. Repulsor. Confringo. Defendo. Capulso. Levioso. Confringo. Capulso. Confringo. Defendo. Capulso. Arresto Momenti. Sendo. Defendo. Confringo. Defendo. Capulso. Confringo. Defendo. Confringo. Protego. Confringo. Defendo.
Should think they felt that in London.
Revelio.
This looks intriguing.
Revelio. Revelio. Oh. Oh. Whoa. Revelio.
And the crumbling tower. The spot on the map should be directly south of here.
Confringo! Confringo! Defender! Repulsor! Confringo!
What do we have here?
What? Such out!
Goodness. I may have more luck higher up in the keep.
Revelio! Places! Defender!
You can't stop us! That's what I need.
Places! Arresto momentum.
I will make you pay.
Revelio. Levioso.
Perhaps not the best place to be caught alone. Glad I was...
Accio.
Agria!
Defender.
Somebody there? Hello?
Revelio.
the sound. Must have been me. What's that? Who's there?
Glacius! Defender! Accio! Revelio.
About me.
Arresto momentum.
I won't rest. Now, is that it?
Descendo. Also.
You call that spell casting?
Depulso. Revelio.
What will we find in here?
Arresto momentum.
Oh, this shouldn't take long. Stop avoiding me.
It looks as though Adelaide's instincts were spot on.
Revelio. Aloha Mora. Your blood's on Ranrock's hands. Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Expelliarmus.
Human's word is worthless. This prisoner owes us the penalty of promise.
Glacius. Defender. Accio.
I will make you pay.
Glacius. Defender.
It's the student from the town. That's the student who uses strange magic. Old defense and morale. Won't get away with that. I shall have been. No, you don't believe you can defeat?
Expelliarmus. Confringo.
How to open it?
Why have you not run away?
Expelliarmus. Glacius. Defender. Revelio. Revelio. Confringo.
One way or another, we'll get what we're owed. Aha! There! That student defeated our encampment in the tower!
You fight about as well as a puff scheme.
Confringo.
I won't rest.
Glacius. Defender.
I will make you pay.
Confringo. Expelliarmus. Glacius.
Seems your heart isn't in this at
Descend.
I won't rest. Oh, little Luca. You're a correct coming here. No!
Descend.
Taste gold silver.
Glacius.
I won't rest.
Accio. Descender. Glacius. Confringo.
No! Miss!
Expelliarmus. Defender. Glacius. Confringo.
I won't rest. Nice try.
Accio. Descender.
I shall avenge your death.
Glacius! Defendo!
I've never seen a
Accio! Descendo! You only have Ranrock to blame. Revelio. Accio. Confringo.
This must be Mr. Oakes' wand. Perhaps now he can set himself free.
Revelio. Confringo.
With his uncle.
Expelliarmus. Accio.
I've been fighting since before you were. Your spells glance off of me. I won't rest.
Expelliarmus. Confringo. Too late for you to learn the error of your ways. Revelio.
Come to an agreement if you'll just set me free.
Revelio.
Hello? Mr. Oakes?
Yes, I'm here. They've taken my wand. This cell has an enchanted lock. I have experience with these locks, but I need my wand if I have any chance of opening it. Look for a boiler door. I've heard them speak of it.
Fortunately, I've already found your wand, Mr. Oakes.
You found it! Pass it to me. Hurry, before they come. I must get out. Hurry! My wand. Oh, thank Merlin. Thank you.
You did it! Oh, you found my wand and... Wait, you're a student? Oh, we must get you to safety immediately. It's dangerous.
It's all right, Mr. Oakes. I've dealt with these goblins before.
Dear Merlin, you're either very lucky or very talented. How did you find me?
I'm a friend of Adelaide's. She was worried about your business with Ranrock's loyalists.
Oh, she was right to be. I couldn't go through with the agreement, and when I told them, I ended up blindfolded and behind bars. Been locked in that infernal cell for so long, they'd forgot I was even there. I overheard things. If only I could reward you for what you've done. Blasted goblins stole every Knut on me. All I can say is thank you, truly.
You mentioned you overheard things.
Sad tale, really. I think I know where Ranrock's unfortunate vendetta against wizardkind began. Although dragon breeding was outlawed by the Warlocks Convention of 1709, Ranrock stumbled upon an illegal dragon camp. He was young, found the creatures fascinating. He'd visit the camp in secret whenever he could, never making his presence known. After weeks of sly surveillance, he finally summoned the courage to speak to the wizard in charge. Ranrock wanted to join them, and the creatures. The wizard happened to drop his wand. Ranrock saw an opportunity. He picked it up, went to hand it back as a means of introducing himself. The sight of a goblin with a wand sent the wizard into an instant rage. He beat Ranrock nearly to death. Ever since, Ranrock has despised wizardkind, sees us all as cruel.
Am I right that you speak gobbledygook?
Unbeknownst to Ranrock's fiends, I do. I've always had an affinity for goblin culture. Knew I wanted to be a metal trader ever since I was a lad. It wasn't easy learning the language. It's complex, and my memory's as weak as my knees these days. But after decades working with fine goblin folk, I grew fairly proficient. At least, I'd like to think so.
I'm grateful I was able to help you, Mr. Oakes. Adelaide thinks the world of you.
Oh, and I her. She's become quite savvy to my trading habits, always analyzing my detailed owls. If only I hadn't resorted to trading with such fiends. A lesson I shan't soon forget. Having my wand back is like being reunited with an old friend. I must return home and inform Adelaide of my safety. Will you be all right?
I'll be fine, Mr. Oakes. You get back to Adelaide. I assure you, her worries outweigh yours.
Oh, I'm anxious to see my dear niece. And then I plan to travel far from here for my next round of trading. Thank you. May life reward you justly for your deeds. Be well, my friend.
Mr. Oakes was lucky. Ranrock's lot would never have freed him.
Revelio.